93% of French people know now about crypto, but only 11% of the people hold any.
Half of my session have to convince people that Bitcoin is not a scam. We're targeting people who don't know crypto at all. If you're in India, you're in Nigeria, you are in Paris, you should have the exactly same choices.
To have millions of users, you need the trust of regulator.
We have evolved a lot towards more like a financial institution. It seems complicated, but the moment you get your hands on to do it, it's actually not so bad.
10 years from now, we'll probably have normal cell phones. We will have AI agents that will help us.
If you're only holding one single MiCA license, to run a profitable exchange is almost impossible.
In 5 years, the line between a crypto exchange and a bank will be blurred.
Yeah, 100% true.
True.
Our role is really to build the bridge between the fiat world and crypto world.
Move fast and break things, or move slow and build trust. Thank you for joining us today. So my name is Morgan and I will be hosting this event. I really hope you're enjoying for everyone this hour. I hope you hear us very well. If you have any kind of questions, please let us know. So thank you very much for joining us today. As you say, Bybit is one of the world's largest cryptocurrency exchanges with over 83 million users across 180 countries. Under the leadership and co-founder of CEO Ben Zhou, this platform has evolved from a trading-focused exchange into a full-scale financial structure. So today we're sitting down with Ben Zhou and Jacques-Olivier Schatz, CEO of Xpollens, the embedded payment platform backed by Group BPCE, France's second largest banking group. So together they're going to talk about how the European crypto market is evolving, what consumers actually need, and what happens when crypto meets regulated payments. Ben, if you may, let's start with the big picture. So Bybit has changed a lot since 2018. How would you define Bybit today, and how has it evolved since its foundation?
Yeah, I think the story of crypto exchange is really the story of how the industry evolved. When we first started in 2017, exchanges were not doing KYC. I personally do a monthly training to all the new staff that comes onto Bybit. I remember the first 3 years, half of my session have to convince people that Bitcoin is not a scam. But it's not a story today, right? So I would say for the good part from 2017 to maybe 2021, 22, is exchanges are product focused. You're competing on how fast you can ship out product and how fast you can execute. And if you can execute fast, deliver to the market, and the market will give you instant response, right? And that's why some exchange outgrow others. It is how can you grow fast, and how can you give a user a product that they want, whether they can use this opportunity to trade or something. But in general, exchanges are extremely trading focused. And I think for the better part of the last 3 years, we have evolved a lot towards more like financial institutions. To give you some examples, we have license in Brazil, Turkey, South Africa, Vietnam, Indonesia. Most of these users use Bybit as a on and off ramp, and they use the Bybit card for day-to-day to buy coffee. We also have a product called Bybit Pay, which is directly incorporated to the payment system in Brazil, in Argentina, in these countries. So clients would use Bybit immediately to switch to the stablecoin, and then use our flexible savings. And when they are not saving, they will be spending. So I think as of today, maybe half the clients, active clients on Bybit, are using us as payment transfer agencies and other products. So I think that's kind of the evolve. And this week, everyone is talking to me about tokenization, right? I have a good asset in Paris, in France. How can I distribute this product to Brazil, to Turkey? I think these are the conversations we're having now. It's about really new financial platform, new financial systems. Yeah.
Thank you very much. But can you be more specific for at what time did you realize that trading alone wasn't enough, that you needed to become a financial platform?
I think it evolved when regulation is becoming ready. To be honest, in 2017, I think there was Japan and maybe US had a very preliminary regulation framework. Most countries don't have any framework on crypto. So it was undefined, uncharted territory. But I think since 3-4 years ago, and again, MiCA coming into inflation, and that's kind of really paving the way for a lot of the countries to follow. So after MiCA, we've seen significant countries just not copy paste, but reference MiCA. For example, Vietnam, for example, I think Turkey is doing it. Brazil is as well doing it as a reference point to regulate crypto. And when you start to regulate, and that means it sends a signal to the whole industry that you are not a great business anymore, right? You are becoming a financial required institutions. And that's when we start to do a lot more compliance work, getting a license, because our goal is long-term play. How can we be in this industry for the long term and truly bring financial freedom to our users? Yeah.
Thank you very much. Jacques-Olivier, from Xpollens perspective, you've been watching crypto platforms evolve from the other side. What's changed in how crypto companies approach payments?
Well, first, the number of users has changed a lot since 10 years. The global value of the market as well. So from our perspective, people are now moving more and more to crypto since they can trust, they can rely on MiCA, they can rely on a financial institution, that can also offer them very powerful user experience. I mean, now you can go open an account, buy crypto assets, all that in a very fluid experience. So that has changed a lot. Plus, the regulation is also very reassuring for people who want to invest. Before that, it was kind of very dangerous or for people who lack risk. Today, probably people are happy to have a regulation and companies that can provide robust and secured way of investing.
Thank you. This brings us to a very central point, the role of fiat. Ben, most of your users don't live in crypto 24/7. Bybit now supports multiple fiat currencies, SEPA transfers, a card program. Why has fiat become so central to a crypto exchange strategy?
It is also because crypto is becoming more mainstream. When 2018 to 2021, those time, most people on and off ramps through P2P, OTC. Because there isn't a regulatory framework. And also, during that era, crypto is still a bit dangerous to most ordinary users. So our target audience are crypto savvy. The ones that are ready to try, the ones that are very risk lovers, our clients, right? So they're okay with going through some hoops, going on a forum to try to get Bitcoin and try to do activities. But now as crypto is becoming mainstream, we are targeting not only crypto interest, we're targeting people who don't know crypto at all. The day-to-day, the uncles, the aunties, right? And they need something that they can refer to, something they're used to. So as easy as one-click transfer, as easy as something that they've seen from their bank to make the deposit. So I think it's the global readiness, especially the regulatory framework, that's making this adoption happening already, so we can do that. Yeah.
But some would say that you're trying to become a neobank. Are you?
I think eventually everyone will embrace this technology. It's not what we're trying to do. We follow this technology. And my prediction is everyone banking or in any financial institution will have to embrace this technology. So it's not us trying to go over there. We're here. We're building the infrastructure. We actually work with global partners, banks, to help them to provide custody solutions, broker solutions. We are agnostic on that, and we don't see ourselves as competition to the banks. But I think a lot more people is going to move to this side because the technology is cheaper, more efficient, and faster.
Thank you. Jacques-Olivier, the next question is for you. The latest add-on barometer, co-funded by Bybit EU, shows that 93% of French people know now about crypto, but only 11% of the people hold any. And there's a growing demand for familiar tools, such as bank accounts, cards, instant transfers to access crypto. As a payment infrastructure provider that you are, how do you see your role in bridging that gap?
Well, our role is clearly to provide to those kind of platforms the best user experience that people can have to onboard them, to do the KYC, to be able for them to open very easily an account, and then to move without knowing it from one world to the other, being able to have fiat to pay with your credit card and to be able to use both your fiat or your crypto, where it depends on what you have on your account. So yeah, basically bringing fiat experience and blurring the line between both worlds.
And for example, as the user experience, for example, if I am in France and I want to buy Bitcoin for the first time, what does a smooth experience look like when payment provider is involved?
Well, first, the KYC part. So you have to give your identity. Today in France, unfortunately, we don't have a digital wallet for your identity, but it's coming in the next coming years. So a couple of minutes to onboard yourself, and then it's very easy. You can have our embedded payment solutions in an app, and in this app you can buy crypto. You can send your amount with your initial credit card or with SEPA transfer, then transform them directly into Bitcoin if you want to have Bitcoins.
Okay, well, thank you very much for this part. Let's talk about Europe, because that's where one of the most significant regulatory changes has happened and has surprised a lot of people now. Ben, Bybit has invested heavily in Europe, so you have a MiCA, Markets in Crypto Assets Regulation, for those who don't know, license in Austria. You have new headquarters also in Vienna, over 100 people hired, a dedicated French team based in Paris. What convinced you to do all this? Like, what convinced you that Europe was worth this level of commitment?
Well, first, we've always had European users. Actually, for global exchange, prior MiCA time, I would say European is probably always the number one for any exchange. So, because sophistication and understanding of the user base, they understand not only fiat to crypto, they understand sophisticated product like derivatives, as well as even completely decentralized protocols, staking, and all of that. So it has always been a critical part of the business. And also when as a market participants, when you see EU getting together, releasing a framework that's going to lead and kind of really change how things are played, impacting global space, we want to be there and to make sure that we are also the first market participants to understand that. Because from our perspective, this will not only impact EU, but it will impact Latin America, Asia, CIS. So there's a no-brainer for us to invest. And again, since 2 years ago, we decided to go with FMA in Vienna. And I think it was the right decision. They are not the easiest regulator, but they have really good reputations. So from a market participant perspective, when you have a strict regulator, it makes things easier down the road. It's hard to start, but now the conversation we're having with banks, with on and off ramp, with family offices, they recognize us, they see us with a stronger regulator, and that makes things a lot easier. Yeah.
But what was exactly the turning point? I mean, the exact moment you decided to go all in on Europe?
I think the moment MiCA released, we know that there's going to be something, and that's when we start the policy team to understand what we actually followed very early stage, pre-MiCA time when it's announced. And then we did analysis even pre-MiCA time. How is the French regulation before, and how is the BaFin? So we understood all the dynamics, and then when MiCA comes, that's when we know we're fully ready. Yeah.
And again, another question for you, Ben. Having a MiCA license as a crypto asset provider, service provider, as a CASP, allows you to operate a crypto exchange, but it doesn't cover holding fiat currencies on behalf of your users. Many exchanges across Europe are now facing this problem. And how is Bybit approaching this? And more broadly, why do you think partnerships between crypto platforms and licensed payment institutions are becoming essential?
First, to answer your question, it is essential. I want to be very frank. If you're only holding one single MiCA license and you expect to use that one single license to run a profitable exchange, is almost impossible. You have to have EMI, you have to have MiFID, you have to have a multiple license to be able to order the product that clients expect. Because the world is moving towards one app that offers all. One app that what money does, that can do it all. But if you only does one thing, client be like, well, I will just go to Revolut or Robinhood or, one of these guys. So we face the challenge of do we get the license ourselves, which is going to be complex, and we understand. And we are very open for partnerships. So, for example, we offer the Bybit card. We work with a local EMI provider to issue the card, working with MasterCard as well. For the fiat holding, we will find fiat partners to work with us. So there's multiple ways to do so. But the end form of the product has to be complex. Otherwise, that's what the clients expect. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. The next question is for you, Jacques-Olivier. Xpollens bring deep regulatory expertise as a licensed payment institution backed by the group BPCE. In this new environment where crypto platforms increasingly need payment partners, what role do you see for regulated payment institutions like yours in shaping the future of the crypto ecosystem?
Well, our role is really to build the bridge between the fiat world and the crypto world from my point of view. We can bring this level of expertise. We also have a core banking system, a platform that you can easily connect and integrate directly into the user experience of our partners who can shape this world as they want. We will bring the speed, we will bring the capability, the robustness of integration into the crypto world so that you can benefit from both worlds, from the transparency and the capability 24/7 of the crypto world on the one hand, and from the SEPA and the bank card you can use daily on the other hand.
Thank you very much. So let's look ahead. What does the future of this space look like? So you're both operating at the intersection of the crypto and the payments, and you're looking at the European market today. What do you think consumers and businesses actually need from this ecosystem? And how do you see the relationship between crypto platforms and payment providers, institution evolving?
Yeah, I think what this question boils down to is why embrace crypto for any businesses or institutions in EU. I think the EU company or institutions stand in a very good position because the law and the lawmakers are very open, and you have very innovative tokenization frameworks, stablecoin framework that's been released. Well, let's compare like the US. Everyone wants US asset, but even for X stock, they are using the EU model of tokenization to offer tokenized stocks such as Apple, Teslas, and things like that. So global users are going through EU legal and regulatory framework as an innovative place to actually innovate and create places. So what it means is, what does this technology will bring? Combine this regulation innovative approach. It means it will open up more opportunities from global, more capital market, more investment opportunities. Now imagine you have a good, let's say, investment product offered by a local Paris bank. Previously, your audience are really just in EU, but now you can offer tokenized RWA of it, and then offer it to Brazil, Turkey, India users. And that will increase a lot more purchasing power. At the same time, you can open up to other asset classes globally to EU clients. So I think it creates what this technology is about: connectivity, truly globalness, and then much more efficiency 24/7. Yeah.
Jacques-Olivier, from Xpollens side, what does the crypto ecosystem represent for a payment institution like yours?
Well, it's innovative, as you just said. It will bring to customers the capability to pay at the somewhere else in the world instantly. It will bring transparency. It will bring trust also using those frameworks, and those are very important things for our fiat consumers who can add additional features to their model.
Thank you. That brings us to the final question before we move to our quick fire segments. One piece of advice that we would have to a founder that would try to navigate through all those regulatory institutions and
I think it's same as with any EU laws. It seems complicated, but don't get scared. The moment you get your hands on to do it, it's actually not so bad. I mean, as a founder, we're operating mostly our teams in Asia. When we first come to EU and facing Austria, there were so many policies. We were like, wow, how are we going to do this? But after we understand the requirement, the expectation, and the clear communication, open dialogue we can have with the regulator, things became much easier. Yeah.
Well, now it brings us to the section of the prediction. So I'll explain to you what is the prediction for you. So before we wrap up, we have a tradition on this podcast. It's called the prediction. So the rules are simple. You each have 1 minute to give us your boldest prediction on the future of crypto and payments in Europe. And tell us why. If you don't mind, Ben, you go first.
Well, first of all, I want to say if I'm good at prediction, I'll be doing trading rather than running exchange. So the fact I'm running exchange means I'm not good at trading and prediction. So to your question, what is the future? I don't know how far, right? But as far as I can imagine what this technology can bring, again, it's... we were even having dinner last night about if you running a shop here and you have customer from India or even the US, it's hard to make payment. The global transfer system is very slow. And from bank to bank, it takes 3 days. So it's almost impossible to buy a coffee. But unless you have some sort of instant payment system. And that's the challenge we're facing. With internet and all the technology, the AI, we are looking everything's supposed to be so efficient, but the current financial system the world has is quite outdated. So it needs to be much more efficient. So when you ask me what the future this technology will bring, it will bring connectivity. Whatever asset you want to buy or we want to store globally, you will have instant access and everyone gets the same treatment. It's just like what internet does to information. Before internet, people have different knowledge because whatever access you have. With internet, today you have same access. It's the same for crypto, for finance. If you're in India, you're in Nigeria, you are in Paris, you should have the exactly same choices. And I think that's what this technology will do. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Jacques-Olivier, also 1 minute to give us your prediction for the future of the crypto environment.
Well, 10 years from now, we'll probably have normal cell phones. We will have AI agents that will help us and will probably manage for us everything. So he can manage crypto assets and fiat assets to be able to book a table in your restaurant for you. He will pay using your behavior. If you tell him, okay, you will always try to pay first in crypto, then if you can't, use fiat, and he will be able to change it. When you will get your salary, you will ask to have it 10% in Bitcoin plus, and all those things will be done completely fluid with no ask from the end user. I mean, the AI will manage that for you.
I really need to get into crypto then. Very easily. So thank you very much for sharing your prediction. That brings us to the almost the latest part, but it's the true or false section. So I will just read some sentences. There are 12 of them, and you just tell me true or false, very punchy. It's a 10 seconds answer if you don't mind. So the first question is, under MiCA, Crypto custody services may be covered by a CASP authorization, while holding fiat funds typically requires additional licensing or partnerships. That was a hard one.
Well, I would say true.
I actually didn't understand it, but yeah, that I need my legal team to answer this. Maybe true. Yeah, I don't know.
The next one is, within 10 years, the average person will hold more crypto assets than fiat currency.
Average person, no, probably not.
No?
But in average, I would say probably yes, because where the fiat will only be used for daily payments, whereas they will hold assets for investment. So probably true from my point of view.
The third sentence is, most crypto users enter the market through bank transfers.
True. Yeah, there is only two options. Use your credit card or use a wire transfer. But today you cannot have other options.
So true. In 5 years, the line between a crypto exchange and a bank will be blurred.
Yeah, 100% true.
True, I think so.
Instant fiat on-ramps are the single biggest bottleneck for crypto adoption in Europe.
Not anymore.
No.
At least you agree. That's very good. The average European will hold at least one crypto asset by 2030.
True, I hope so. True.
Yeah, also, it's 3 years from now. So yes.
The biggest competitor of crypto exchanges today is not other exchanges, it's neobanks and traditional banks.
Well, I would disagree. I think it's more a cooperative than a competition between both. We can build tools putting together parts of payments and part of crypto.
Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, the line will be blurred, like I said.
Embedded payment providers will become more important to crypto than blockchain developers within 5 years.
They will be based in AI agents, so no more need of... No, I'm joking.
Yeah, maybe. I think so. Maybe.
And within 5 years, employees will have the option to receive part of their salary in crypto. You just say that, so I guess it's true, right?
Yeah.
And final question, in 2030, most people will use crypto without even knowing they're using crypto.
True, I hope so.
Yeah, they probably will know, but it won't matter. I mean...
Well, that's the last part. Thank you so much for holding on so far. The Fintech Dilemma. So basically, you just have a dilemma, and you just have to pick a side and justify briefly whether it's this part or the other part. Cash or crypto?
Crypto.
Definitively crypto. I'm not using cash anymore.
Yeah.
Bitcoin or Ethereum?
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, I'm very old-fashioned as well.
Stocks or crypto for personal investment?
For me, definitely crypto.
Both. I think it's important to diversify.
Move fast and break things, or move slow and build trust?
Move slow and build trust. Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yes, but you can also move fast and build trust.
Would you rather have millions of users or the trust of regulators?
A tough one. Difficult to have millions of users. You need the trust of regulator, from my point of view. So both are needed.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Pay with your phone or pay with your card?
I'm paying with my phone now. So
yeah. Same.
Work for a startup or work for a bank?
For me, definitely startup.
Fintech.
And would you rather never use cash again or never use crypto again?
You don't answer.
We're not using cash anymore.
Make business in Europe or in the US?
I take first, so it's easier for me. Europe, I think it's more stable. It's
more regulated.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made a choice. We're in Europe. We're not in the US. So we made, yeah.
And final question: your parents ask to explain your job. Do you say finance or tech?
I tell them crypto. They know very well what I do and what crypto is. Yeah.
It's been 10 years. I am trying hard to explain them that fintech is both of them. So fintech, definitively.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Ben Zhou. Thank you very much, Jacques-Olivier Schatz, for this conversation. If embedded payments is a topic for your platform, you can find all the answers, all the information on xpollens.com. And obviously, if this episode was very helpful, you can subscribe and share it to a founder that is probably navigating throughout the European market for regulations and might be finding this episode very useful. Thank you very much and see you next month. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.